morning or evening, afternoon, or night. Welcome back to another video. Back to the penthouse banking area, my now favorite room to film in. This room is, oh my God, it's so bright, and I'm happy when I walk in here. Like, I'm happy. I feel productive. I feel like my brain juices start oozing out. They start oozing when I come into this room. So welcome back. Hopefully you guys are having a great day, or whenever you're watching the video, you're in a great space. If you see paint specks anywhere on my body, don't judge, because I have been painting that table over there that I'm going to share with you here in just a second. But I wanted to, first of all, thank you guys for whatever comments you left on the dog incident video. I don't want to seem like, I put my story out there and then, didn't go back and acknowledge, which I'm sure a lot of you were concerned because you have showed my family lots and lots of love. However, in the mindset at which I was in, right, as a person who creates YouTube videos for the world to see, or whoever comes across them, and if you hear that, she's emptying herself, by the way. She's been working all morning, honey. As a person who creates YouTube content, put their life out there for the world or whatever, who gets judged a lot, which, I don't give a damn about that. But with the mindset that I was in at the time I recorded that video, I knew it probably wouldn't be a good idea for me at that moment to go and read comments and run across one of our Nancy's. And then, I end up giving her what she wants. Okay. So if you left a positive comment on that video, I certainly appreciate it from the depths of my heart. And I'm sure my daughters both do as well. Moving right along. We're moving forward. So last night I couldn't sleep only because I was so, have you ever just been like so tired that your tired was so tired that it was tired, okay? That it couldn't even go to sleep. That's how tired you were. That's how tired I was last night from bringing all this stuff up and building it, right? I couldn't even sleep. So at 3 o'clock this morning, my waking hour, okay, I don't know. One day I'll share with you guys the significance of 3 a.m. for me, as well as the 3 a.m. clock right here. Anyway, so I'm up at 3, okay, because what else am I going to do besides work? So I came in here and I started painting the table. So I put a coat on it at 3. I was still woke at 4, so I came back and put a second coat on it at 4 o'clock. And then a third coat was put on it, I don't know, about 30 minutes ago. So it's probably slightly down a touch. Now, it's getting so many coats because MDF absorbs paint, and natural raw wood absorbs paint. And because it's not a paint primer mix, there's no base thickness in between. It's taking more coats. So instead of using some furniture paint in white that I was initially going to use, it wasn't giving me that bright white feel. So I had still a half a can of the paint from the room. So I said, well, why not just use that? Which is what I am using. I think I'm probably going to put 2 more coats on it and then be done. 2 more coats, and because this is actually an eggshell finish, right? It's still wipe offable and cleanable, okay? Anything other than flat, you can mainly wipe it off, keep it clean, if you have fingerprints or little kids or whatever. Flat is what you don't want, okay? And that's typically what they paint new houses with, apartments or whatever. It's with flat paint, which is why I like to go in and change the whole layout and color. Okay, So after I put probably 2 more coats to get it super, super white, I'm going to seal that eggshell with a polyacrylic, which is a water-based sealant. And it doesn't cause yellowing, that thick yellow drying film if you're using polyacrylics, water-based. Polyurethane is oil-based, and that's what usually, if you've used that on something to seal it, so like you've used chalk paint before, and you use polyurethane, you're going to get that yellow, thick, dry, streaking look to it. So you want to use polyacrylic because it's water-based, okay? Which means you can spill stuff on it, you can wipe it off, yada, yada, yada. And it doesn't give you that yellow tint to something that's supposed to be super bright white. So let me show you guys. And by the way, you are back on Lucy because she's short. Like, she's perfect for walking you guys around the house, holding her in my hand. If I'm out, I could take her out. But as far as sitting and chatting with you like this, she sits too low. And I don't want y'all to see, you know, down here, even though I do have on some bottoms. But so y'all don't know, this is a YouTube trick. You dress from here up if you're going to show that part. And then you can be completely naked down here and nobody would ever know unless you walk past the mirror. So let me show you guys. And also, too, a lot of you have asked me in the past from like back at the house, if you've been here that long, about bookshelf styling. Like, why is styling a bookshelf so hard to do? And I think we have made it hard, but it really isn't that hard. Simple for me. This is just my own personal little tip to you, from me to you, okay? If you are a symmetrical person, like your brain works off symmetry like mine do, it used to be really bad at one point where it was literally 2 of everything, okay? If it was on this side, it was on that side as well. Literally, it was like that bad. Now I use symmetry in light shapes, same heights, same texture, to give that same symmetrical feel without being completely identical. So what I do on one side, I will balance it out on the other side. Or sometimes I will still do an exact item on the same side. But I wouldn't do an entire bookshelf if I was styling a bookshelf. Completely what's on one side is the exact same thing on the other side. I wouldn't do that now. That used to be me. So like I said, I would break it up with like similar size shapes, okay? Whatever shape is on this side, I'm going to put that similar shape on that side. Whatever kind of texture, gold, silver, rose gold, whatever your thing is, whatever's on that side, I'm going to mix it over here on this side so that the eye can just flow happily from one side of the bookshelf to the other. And so I just kind of threw some stuff that I had literally laying around on here just to show you a very sparse way to decorate a bookshelf. And of course, using books. Okay, that's typically what a bookshelf is for. We've just made it a decor shelf. I said, the heck with the books. Most of us, but some of us still do read and love a good book. And books do look homey, warm, and cozy in a space, even if you don't read them. So styling your bookshelves with books that you either read or just for decor purposes is great. I didn't do that in this case because I literally wasn't, you know. This is just to give you an idea for those of you that have asked about bookshelf styling specifically. This is my inventory closet, so it will literally only be just for inventory. This decor will not be in here. It's just for right now because it's cute and there's nothing else in there. And I think I've already come up with what I want to use to store the merch in this area, most of it anyway. So I think I have the perfect system. So because this is open, right? Visualize with me. I need you to come into my visual mind with me right now. Maybe if I just show you, you could see a little bit better. Okay. So I feel like I need to turn you around. Okay, anyway, this is just basic, a very, very, very simple way to style a bookshelf. If you're styling a bookshelf, if you're not using it for the purposes that I'm using it for, I feel like you're crooked. Okay. And you're styling a bookshelf for decor purposes, right? You see this little white ceramic thing I've had forever. I actually just broke the top off of it the other day. And so on the opposite side, that's a ceramic white candle stand with the candle on it. Two totally different things, but they're in the same height. So at first glance, your eye have no problem flowing from one side to the other. The second shelves are left blank again. Up top, there's some identical symmetry, just two picture frames. Next row, I left one blank, but over here, I threw a gold bird and then some greenery opposite. So bam, 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 down. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like go across. You can do diagonals. You can do corners. Just whatever is going to keep that eye flowing seamlessly, you're good to go. And then up top, I just put, because that actually fits perfect right in that gap there. But again, when this becomes my house of inventory, none of this will be here. This is just for you guys that have asked. And the table is coming along perfectly. That's the paint down there. I'm also going to put a light, not like a electrical light. Like we ain't doing all that, okay? Renter friendly, right? I'm going to put a light up top. Oh, you can't see my bottoms. My boy shorts. Okay. Please, oh, you can't see them. But I'm going to put a light up there that I can just run a cord like across. You won't see it. Like you won't even see it, literally. But it'll be just light for me to use when I'm working in that space. If I'm working at night and I don't want all of the lights on, whatever, there will be a light up top and I'm going to run it with like an IKEA light where you have an actual cord. So it'll run along up top in the closet, down the wall, and then into the plug so that I will actually have a light up top above shining down for ambiance. I think that'll be really, really cute. Yeah, so that's pretty much the update. Can you guys see it from here? Oh, yeah, you can. That's the update. Ugh. And for those of you that asked, now the five shelf bookshelves, these right here, were $35 from Target. They are super heavy. Okay, if you guys remember the house office downstairs in the basement, that's kind of what I wanted to mimic here. I loved my office space at the house. I loved it. I even had, I used wrapping paper as the backdrops behind the shelves, like the gold pineapple, sparkly. If you guys remember that, with pops of hot pink, which I still love as a pop of color. So I kind of wanted to mimic that same feel in this space because I knew it would work perfect for what I'm doing business-wise. It worked perfect. What was I going with that? I said that to say something. Y'all, my brain is just like a person that smokes weed all day. I can't remember nothing. Anywho, that's where the configuration came from. So the bookshelves are from Target. They were $35 each. If you go on their site and look up white bookshelves or whatever, you'll get the measurements. Y'all know I'm horrible about linking stuff. So if I don't even want to say I'll link it down below, and then I don't. Because y'all know Sharon is really not the linkable kind of person. But I'll try. Okay, just check just to see. Just check just to see, okay? I will try and link these bookshelves down below. The 6 cubed ones on the top were maybe $35 as well. $35. I'll try and link them down below also. So both of those items came from Target. Now, when I was at the house, okay, and I created the DIY boutique and the office space using these bookshelves, okay? The ones that were in the DIY boutique room that was back in the cut at the house, if you guys remember that, were from Walmart, because Walmart's bookshelves are wider than the ones from Target. So they're wider in width, but I think they're the same height, actually. So the ones that I used to create that faux closet look were from Walmart. And they also, I feel like the depth on them was a little deeper, just a little bit deeper than the depth on these. I think the depth is around 11.5 inches, give or take, on these. And I think it was a little bit deeper on the ones from Walmart. And I know for a fact they were wider in width. So if you can't find them at Target and you're trying to create a similar look, you could also check Walmart. And okay, wait a minute. I thought I heard something. Let's go check. Okay. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay. Ain't nobody got time. Vacuum, where you at, girl? Okay, it ain't you. You over there. And see, this what she do. Okay, she's rude. She's disrespectful. This boy been minding his business over here. He been charging. He ain't been bothering nobody. She come over here. He was on the other side. Okay, he used to be on the other side of the room. I moved him over here, away from her. She come over here and knock him off his base. Look at him, crooked. The other day, she came over here, ran right on top of him, and started him up. Then he was in here trying to clean up. Oh my God. Okay, you know what, Sharon? It might be time for you to, like, legit lay down, for real. It's too much. it's too much. I can't. And then this morning, on top of that, let's just go ahead and add insult to injury, since we're talking about it. First of all, let's turn this movie off. I don't even know what this is, why it's even on, okay? But this morning, I get up. I didn't fix coffee this morning, by the way. I fixed myself a glass of cranberry juice. I fixed myself some cranberry juice, just plain cranberry juice. I walk in the kitchen, minding my good old business, honey, and do a whole split over there. I'm glad wasn't nobody here to witness it. And I did the split so hard and so unexpected. I just kind of sat there trying to figure out, oh, okay, how did I get down here on the floor? Like, what is going on? The floor was slick. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Girl, I was right there. Right here. Whole split. Like an acrobat. But it's a lot going on in here, honey. And I'm trying not to show the bottom half of y'all. These booty shorts is doing the most right now. Look at my beautiful flowers. They're still thriving. The ones that are in here. Look how pretty those are. So pretty. They're doing so well. And then the ones in the office are... No, they just make me so happy. If you're in a bad mood here, you can share the flowers that Dimples got us. He got those for us. For me and for you. Okay? But yeah, so I had to come here and see what that noise was. I think she was just jumping back on the charger. Because, honey, somebody that get hit in the head with a hammer or whatever. Or whatever. Okay? She don't fight fair. I'm going to get you by any means necessary. I think I'm going to watch some Dexter because I could literally watch him all day. And, that's the wash machine. That's what that noise was. the washing machine balancing itself. I'm doing a lot today, y'all. Like, it's a lot going on. Okay, yeah. She balances herself, like, for weight purposes. And in case you're wondering about this dryer, honey, okay, it's still, she's still working. Unfortunately, I can't use the sensor side. Go figure. I can only use the manual dry side for her to work without doing all that extra stuff she was doing. So that's what that noise was, which scared the heebie-jeebies out of me. So let's go back into my favorite room, because this is my favorite room. Look at those flowers, so pretty, so bright. I really need to. Oh, okay. See, girl, you doing too much. It's too much. I just came on here to chat with y'all and just let y'all know. Okay, I'm taking the day off. When I say taking the day off, obviously not from you because I'm here with you. But I'm taking a day off from doing any work, any building, anything, any, before I got interrupted, I was saying also, check IKEA for this same stuff. I don't know the price difference with IKEA's shelving unit stuff, but I think because, I'm going to tell you this, because a lot of you guys are working from home due to COVID, and you're homeschooling your children, a lot of people have had to go and create in-home workspaces that they didn't otherwise have prior to all of this happening in the world, right? So I have found that Big Lots, my plan was initially was to do the 2 bookshelves, the 2 5-shelf bookshelves, okay? Was my initial plan to just do those 2, and then right up top right here, okay, I forgot to mention that is a that's a shelf like from Home Depot. That's a 72-inch by 12-inch shelf, just single shelf, like you can use as a floating shelf, right? So that's what's going across the top, which created the ability to put something up above that. Initially, I was on the hunt for a 3-cube shelf. So just 3 cubes. 3, and I was going to do 3 and then 3 and just have like the 6. Well, because everybody and their mama is doing configurations like this, or at home trying to create that at home office space for themselves or their children or whatever, I couldn't find them. And I usually can go to get those from like Big Lots. So I ended up doing the 6, which has turned out great because I actually have the space for it. And it gave me an extra row of storage space. So it ended up working out perfect as far as the configuration. So just measure your space. Measure your space. If you are one of the people who have been forced to work from home and you don't have a room that you can turn into an office space, you listen. You've been with me for a minute. You know. Okay, sis will put an office work area in the smallest of small. Okay. I done had them in a closet smaller than this closet as the entire office before. You've seen the closets at the other apartment that's now my fancy shoe closet here. But it's been an office in 2 other apartments that you guys have followed me through. So it doesn't matter, okay, where you have to set shop up at. The point of it is, how creative can you be in that space? Make it cute, even if it's a little corner in your bedroom, a corner in the off the kitchen, the room or spot right beside the dang bathroom. I don't care where it is. If it's a spot for you to put a work surface area, even if you got to take it down every night, if it's a fold-up card table, like at the liquor house, okay? Even if you got to use one of them, sis, it don't matter. It don't matter. As long as you get your work done in that space. Make it cute. Throw you a flower on there, honey. A cute little book, even if you don't even write in them, but I do use these. Cute little book. Something cute to look at, and keep it moving. Do your work, whatever. Okay? So if you don't have the space or a spare room, okay, because you know, when I had this same layout in the other 2 units, I could have easily turned one of those rooms into an office, but I used them as bedrooms. And so I just decided to take this bedroom because my life is in a different place now and turn it into my bank. And for those of you that are wondering, Sharon, what do you mean when you say the bank? This is an office space, okay? But this is also where I needed a separate space. The bank is literally the entire apartment, okay? Let me just be honest. And the entire apartment is the bank, for real, for real. But I needed to compartmentalize an area just for the purposes of being in one spot, creating money while I'm either in the office or while I am asleep. That's where you want to be in your life. You want to make money when you are asleep and having to do nothing really to create it. Okay? That is why I call this the bank, because I can make money while I am asleep, as I do. And I can also be super creative because I'm about to legit turn that whole area into a full-on boutique that you guys will be shopping at because you love me. And because I'm a businesswoman and I think about stuff in detail before I go there, okay? So that's what the whole purpose of this bank area is, why I call it the bank, because it's where I make my money at. It's where my creative juices flow. Now I have a spot that I can come to in the mornings with my coffee or my cranberry juice in this case, and just really get it going. When I was all over the house, be it filming for you guys, which I'll still continue to do that, but I just happen to be in here and I love it so much. It's not even done yet. Can you imagine the couch right here and that funky wallpaper going on back there and our chats over there and bar back here and just me printing? Okay, I just need to print something. Can I print? I just want to print something on a piece of paper. Where is my printer at anyway? Where's the printer? Oh, in the living room in the cabinet. Okay, that's why I need another bookshelf here so they can house that type of stuff. Y'all know I love print. I don't know what it is about printing and hearing that and putting ink in. I don't know, the weird side of Sharon. So anyway, that's why you were wondering why I call it the bank. This is where I make money. This is where my brain does its best work now that I'm not all over the house. I can be in one area confined, and I can literally sit in here all day. So I can only imagine when that couch get over there. Okay. And I already know this. I'm going to have to get I just told y'all, like a folding card table that I can put up and fold down. When I get overwhelmed with packaging orders for you guys, because when the Etsy shop was up and running, I couldn't even keep up. Like, as I was trying to continue to make the jewelry and stay ahead of y'all were buying it out, and I thank y'all for that. That's why I love you guys. You always support my vision of whatever it is. But I couldn't stay ahead, so I also needed a place that I could work on that as well too. So this room is giving me all of the creative juice flow and thought. My whole thought process has changed, and how I want to film videos for you guys, business stuff that I want to do. Just, I can think like this is a peaceful, even though like people, I had read a comment, it was on several videos ago, maybe before I even started even working on the office. If someone had left a comment, it was a cute comment, something along the lines, I think she said something like, Sharon, you act as if you have a whole big family in your space around you all the time, and you need that little getaway. It probably was when I was first talking about turning this room into an office. You're right, sis. You know, there is nobody, there's no traffic in here like a family house like I used to have. So you're absolutely right. Every inch of this place is free game and it's my girl cave. The entire penthouse is the girl dome. Okay, for real. But it's always good because I do entertain, you know. You be doing my grown woman sometimes. Oh, well, a lot of time. It's good to have a separate space though, just for that mental stability, work stability, to shut yourself off from the other common areas of your home. Even if you're a single girl like me and you live alone and you know, you have your whole place to do whatever, it's still good to have a spot that is just created for you to just go in and do whatever you want. It could be your bedroom. It could be your living room, honey, your kitchen, whatever. You know, it's just wherever you're happiest at is where I say go. If it's the bathroom, honey, because I spend a lot of time in the bathroom too, soaking in the bathtub. Like literally being off the truck, that was one of the main things I miss almost as much as I miss my children, okay? Was the ability to just go run a bath full of water and just get in that water and just relax. Even if I wasn't bathing, okay? Let me just make that clear. This has been an addiction since I was pregnant with my very first child, who will be 27 this year, I think. Shan, you'll be 27 or 28 in December. I can't keep up. But ever since I was pregnant with her, I have had an addiction to taking multiple baths. And it's not to bathe every time. It's literally to just sit in the water. I have wasted so much water over the years. Because sometimes I would just sit in there for like 10 minutes. It's just the temperature. It's the comfort of the hot water. It's like a security blanket. Like a child carries a security blanket. That's what the bathtub does for me. So being on the truck was that's one of the things I missed more than almost my kids. Was being able to take 1,000 baths a day. Now that I work from home and I'm here all the time, I'm kind of ashamed to even tell y'all, okay, how many times I go in that bathroom and run a tub of water and just sit in there and think in there as well. Like I do some of my best thinking in the bathtub. I'm ashamed to say how many times, literally a day. And people that know me know it's true. I know you lying, Nat. I know you lying. I know you lying. You not gonna come in the bank and disrespect us. Fruit fly. I ain't even know fruit's in here. Where you come from? I ain't even drinking no wine. Is it the flowers? He think it's summer? His whole life taking. But anyway, I'm ashamed to tell y'all how many baths your girl take a day. So since I said all that to say in this video, if you don't take nothing from it, okay, take this. Create you a happy place. Create you. Ooh, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. It's gonna be a homicide on camera. I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing. You trying to play me. Ooh, you get real close. Ooh, and they fly so fast. They like flies, but they smaller, so they're harder to catch. I will get you. Ooh, my grandma used to just slap him with her hand and just wipe the blood off and keep him pushing. Speaking of my grandma, shout out to my uncle who I ran into at Home Depot yesterday. One of my favorite uncles in the world. We pretty much grew up like brother and sister, kind of sort of. He's my mom's youngest brother. He's the youngest child, period, of 14 of them, okay? Uncle Paul. I ain't gonna give you a nickname out here on the tube or whatever, but shout out to Uncle Paul and Aunt Catherine, his wife, who also watches our channel. Shout out to Aunt Catherine and my favorite uncle. Don't tell nobody. But we're close in age. He didn't even realize how close in age we were. He was kind of like a daddy figure in a way too, and like a big brother. Like, cause you know I'm an only child, so I spent 98% of my time at my grandmother's house because my mom worked the same job for 100 years and had the same hours for 100 years as well. So I spent a lot of after school time there growing up with him. And I ran into him at Home Depot. So shout out to you, Uncle Paul and Aunt Catherine, for watching The Crazy Show. You know me. Y'all know me personally, so y'all already know what the people don't know. Just like it. Anywho, listen, if you don't take nothing, brother, sister, from this video, take this. Find you a happy place in your spot that's just yours. Even if the whole place is yours, okay? Just find that little common area that you just go to and just woosah and make money. Okay? Let it be a place that allows you to think of ways to make money and be successful and be your own boss. Go and come how you please. Do what you feel. Yeah. I mean, I personally, outside of truck driving and working for myself, there is no other job that I could think of that I can't even imagine. Like when I was working in healthcare and I would get up and go to the hospital and I had to sit at that desk for 12 hours a day, 10 hours a day as a medical secretary in a hospital with a bunch of sick people, sad people. It was never like a happy moment at the hospital, because if you're there for a reason, you know. I could just think back to those days when I used to just be like, God, please, I need an outlet. Like I can't keep doing this. From being a CNA to going to sitting at, a desk and being a secretary to just that whole healthcare, We need you, and I appreciate you, and I love you, those that are still in healthcare, and for what you do. There's some paint. I just saw it right there on her. Anyway, I appreciate what you guys do. I just remember, I'm just reflecting back. I remember when I was getting up, going every day. And even when I worked like third shift, which was the absolute worst. Oh my God, I hated it. And I used to just think and pray like, God, I need an outlet. Like I need, this is not what I foresee for my life. Like, no. That is when I began manifesting and speaking this into existence. And it started with becoming a truck driver. That's where the freedom of not first being confined in a building, okay? I have a problem with being confined in places, like in an office space, for example. Like I just... I hated it. I would always try to take my residents outside at the nursing home. Have them lined up out there in a wheelchair. Just anything just to keep from being inside, right? And even though I was on the truck, it was still a high level of freedom because I'm on the highway. I'm on the road. My view is always something beautiful. And just, the freedom of being on the truck was where it started. And from there, the juices continued to flow, and you guys started tuning in more and enjoying my company. And even those of you that don't like me, that still tune in and enjoy my company, literally made what I saw for myself possible to do. And that was not swipe anybody's time clock. It was work for myself. And it's one of the best feelings in the entire world.